One of the most interesting facets of pre-calculus that we're going to cover this year that is very different from everything else, it's like out of sequence with, but then uses the tools that we've built this year, is vectors. Vectors look almost exactly like coordinate points, except instead of these parentheses, they've got these angle brackets on the sides. So what is the actual difference in meaning? Okay, so the difference in meaning here is that you have a regular point, 3, 4, is referring to like a place 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is like indicating location. 3, 4 indicates this location on the map. And that is useful when you're talking about where something is. A lot of times, especially as we get into physics, we're not as focused on location as we are about like direction and motion and where things are going and how powerfully they're moving in that direction. And so we use a totally different type of notation to represent vectors which indicate motion. This essentially means like move 3 over and move 4 up. So you'll end up at the same place, but the vector itself is actually talking about moving from here, 3 over and 4 up. So the similarity is that like indicating the position 3, 4 and indicating the vector 3, 4 both end up in this particular place, but this is very specific. You're always talking about the same point on the graph. 3, 4, this direction can be applied to anything. So if there is a particle that is hanging out over here at -2, 2, and you apply this vector 3, 4 to it, so you can still do that, and it's going to look very similar. It'll be up here at 3 over, so 3 from here would be moving 3 over, 1, 2, 3, so it'll be right here, and up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the result of applying that vector to this point sends you here. And you end up at 1, 6. That actually makes sense, and you can think about this in like a vertical addition method if you like. So we started at -2, 2. We applied the vector 3, 4. And then our end result of this was that we ended up at a different point. The point we ended up at was 1, 6. So really, it is just as simple as addition. -2 plus 3 is 1, 2 plus 4 is 6. And so finding out where you would end up using a vector is as simple as like adding the x-coordinate to the motion along the x-axis and adding the y-coordinate to the motion along the y-axis to get your final x-coordinate and your final y-coordinate.